Hi there, it's Stephanie from Mommy Standard Time, where we save minutes and savor moments. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Vlogtober. If you're new here, I'm just your typical mother of three. I just have a slightly unhealthy obsession with finding the fastest and easiest way to do things. But couple that with the fact that I'm a breast cancer survivor and I want to savor every possible moment with my family that I can. And so one way that I can shave time off from the mundane tasks of life so that I can savor more time with my family is to save time in the kitchen. I recently was editing a video and I pulled open a drawer, and as I was editing, I thought, oh my goodness, is that how bad that drawer looks in person? Because you know, when you're busy and you're working your way through your kitchen, you don't really notice how crazy it is. And I am a huge proponent of chore charts, and someone else unloads the dishwasher. And so things are often not quite the way I would have them in the drawers, or I sometimes can't find things, and that's okay. It's a small price to pay to have someone else emptying the dishwasher. This drawer that I'm sitting in front of right now is completely crazy. So while I was cleaning out this drawer, I thought that I would share with you some of my favorite time-saving kitchen gadgets, because you can find a gadget for everything, and they supposedly save time. Owning stuff by nature takes time. So the amount of time it takes to clean it, declutter, move it around to find something else, just stuff takes time out of your day, just owning it. To bring something into my kitchen that says it saves time, I also have to make sure that it's worth having it around. So today I thought I would share with you some kitchen gadgets that I personally feel like save me time and they are worth having around. And again, take this with a grain of salt, because what works in my kitchen and saves me time might not work for you. So let's get started. Okay, first up. So I think most of you have these, but if you don't, this is an apple slicer. You can also use it with pears. So you just line it up at the top of your apple, over the core, and then push down. And you end up with a beautifully sliced apple with no core. So yes, if you're super handy with a paring knife, you might think that this is excessive, but also if you have kids, this is a great way for them to take care of their own apple cutting. And I also love that this is dishwasher safe. Pop it in the dishwasher and it's just not a big deal to have it around. And I feel like it saves our family a ton of time. Next up in the slicing department is an egg slicer. Now, I don't know if you would find this necessary, but I personally cannot handle the smell or the texture. Like, I can't handle hard-boiled eggs. It's just not a thing for me. But I have children that love hard-boiled eggs and have from a young age. And so to slice them up for them, this was essential for me. We still use it. I'm able to now make the hard-boiled eggs and peel them thanks to the Instant Pot. I'm able to cook them, and if you've never done hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, they're fantastic because they're so easy to peel. So I'm able to cook the eggs, peel them really fast, and then put them in a container and put the lid on them. And then when it's time to eat dinner, we just put this on the table on top of that sealed container, and they take care of their eggs quickly. So yes, totally worth it at my house. This is one that I don't use most of the year, but when I need it, I need it. And I'm so grateful to have it. So I do think that a cherry pitter is something that you need to have if you ever do any sort of processing cherries. So I'll link a recipe below where I do cherry fruit leather. It's so good, but it's so messy. And so the way that the cherry pitter saves you time, not only, yes, it pushes the pits out quickly and easily, but you don't have to waste time getting the cherry stains off of your hands. It's totally hands off. Put it in, pop it through, dump it in the bowl, and move on. You don't get cherry juice all over the place. So if you use cherries at all, this is a great one. Okay, so next up we have the mini Whisk, like mini whipper. I think my original one came from Pampered Chef. Someone gave it to me for a wedding gift, and I fell in love with it so much that I went and looked And they actually have them on Amazon. It doesn't have to be from Pampered Chef. So I absolutely love these. I use them all the time. I have, I think 3 or 4, and it's totally worth it. Like right now I have one in my drink because I don't like how when you mix up a powdered mix that the powder always seems to settle to the bottom. And so I usually, when I drink like my little lemonade packets, I just keep it in there and keep whisking it. They're great for hot chocolate. They're great for eggs. They're great for whisking dry ingredients together. But the thing I love the most, and let me even see if I have another just traditional whisk. I do. I only have one left. I feel like everything should be dishwasher safe. It saves time. I like to be able to put it in the dishwasher. So this, I can't handle. I actually broke it because I needed to get into here. Liquid gets in there, and then when you're trying to like whisk and you have dishwash, like, no thanks. I can't handle it. So when I actually use this, I take it out of the handle just to make sure that nothing gross ends up in there. So I rarely use this. I tried getting silicone whisks, but then the silicone ripped and then gunk was getting in between the metal and the silicone. I don't know, like I can't do that. So the reason that I love this is, look, the whole thing can come apart. Like you can get in there and really clean off this part. There is nowhere for water to collect because it's just one little piece of metal that's bent. These are fabulous, and it just goes right back on. These are worth every penny. I can't say enough about them. I love them. So there you go. So I have a couple of drawers that are in great shape because I just cleaned them out. So I probably won't remember to show these to you later. So I figured while I'm talking about time-saving kitchen items, I would show these to you. This is something I will probably do a whole video on at some point because I have tested and tried so many reusable bags. Stasher is it. These are worth the space. These are not. So these are the Reuse brand. I found these at Old Navy and they were a really great deal. And I thought, that is the closest to Stasher bags I have ever seen. And the seals just are not strong. Any sort of pressure. I still use them because I feel like it's wasteful to not. So they stay in my kitchen. But what I'm trying to express to you guys is save the space. The Stasher bags are worth every penny. They will save you time because they come clean. They're dishwasher safe, so you can put them in the dishwasher, but they actually come clean in the dishwasher. I have these other ones. I try and put them in the dishwasher and they just are gross. So I have to hand wash them and the seals aren't very good. Like there's just not a whole lot great about these other brands. Everything is good about Stasher. Yes, 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 worth every inch of space in your kitchen. So you might have noticed that I didn't have a citrus press in my utensils. And I don't use a ton of fresh citrus, probably 2 to 3 times a week. But when I do, if I have a lot to juice and I know that there's seeds involved, I will just use one of these guys. And then instead of a citrus press, I actually, if I can tell there aren't gonna be any seeds, I will put the citrus here and just squeeze it. And then, yeah. So that's what I do. Maybe someday I'll have a citrus press, but I don't know that I need it. I'm able to juice my citrus just fine with this, or my hand, or my tongs, and we're good. And this is something that shouldn't be in here, but I'll talk about it anyway. So cookie scoops, I have them in multiple sizes. These are excellent for doing meatballs, scooping things into cupcake liners. I recently posted a video about banana muffins. Use these. These are definitely worth the time to have in your kitchen. Okay, this is another one that if you do not eat fresh pineapple, this obviously is not something you would need. But if you have fresh pineapple even a couple of times in the year, this is worth the space. This saves so much time. And I feel like I waste less pineapple. When I cut it with a knife, I feel like I waste a lot more of the fruit. So how this guy works, I wish I had a pineapple to show you. I have a blog post I'll link below where I took pictures of the process, but basically you slice the top off of the pineapple, You set this on the core. You can visibly see the core of the pineapple. Put that in there, and then you just start twisting it, and it slowly goes towards the bottom. And then when you hit the bottom of the pineapple, you suck it up, and then you can either take the handle off and whoosh it back off, but I actually just take a knife and just slice it into wedges right here on this thing, and then just kind of dump them off. So definitely get a metal one though. My mom bought a plasticky one from Amazon and it did not hold up. You want one that's metal. And this isn't one, I mean, everybody has spatulas, but if you're going to have a spatula, have the best. So this is the Chefin, and it's a two-sided silicone spatula. This thing is a dream. This is my absolute favorite spatula. I reach for it every time. So if you're going to have a basting brush, get a silicone one because they come clean way more quickly, and yes, these are good. I think the last thing I'm gonna mention, and again, I think it's something that everyone probably has, but make sure you have kitchen shears in your kitchen. They save so much time on everything. My family uses kitchen shears for everything. So now I'm gonna share with you a few things that I'm getting rid of today, or things that I wish I didn't buy. So, because I feel like they're taking up space. Number one, spoon rests. The idea of a spoon rest is so great, but I don't necessarily know that I need a separate gadget to set my spoons on. A saucer out of the cupboard works just as well. It's just another thing to clutter my drawers until I need to use it, and half the time I forget to pull it out anyway. So I personally don't love spoon rests. I bought this as a fundraiser thing for my daughter's school. Another thing I wish I hadn't bought, and it's definitely not worth the space, is the Dollar Tree silicone ladles. Have you tried these yet? Look how cute. Let me find a regular. So here's a regular ladle. Look how cute it is. When I saw it at the Dollar Tree, I was like, I need that. That is the cutest ladle I have ever seen. Don't buy it. It does not hold up. As soon as you go to dip anything other than plain water, any sort of soup, it can't hold it. It just like is so flimsy, and look, the handle's even like popping through there. So don't waste your money. I did not like this. I'm gonna give this to my daughter to use for like water play in her kitchen because it is cute. Another thing I wish I hadn't bought, this came in a 3-pack at Costco, but I personally do not use these types of thermometers. The only time I use this is like when I'm baking a turkey and I keep the thermometer in the whole time. But there are other options that are digital that would do the same thing. I get much more use out of my digital instant read thermometer. All right, so there you have it. One drawer's worth of things that I think are completely worth it to have in your kitchen, and then some other things that might not be worth it. Take this for what it's worth, because if it saves you time, then it's worth it. So thanks so much for watching, and if you'd like to continue to follow along with my Vlogtober shenanigans, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I am going to be going through other cupboards to show you more things that I think are worth it and things that are not. So I will see you tomorrow.